What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for the 31st episode of the Fresh in the Feed podcast. My name is Matt. This is Matteo Michele, and we're freshing your feed so you don't have to. John Cena. Matthew Carino's a teleport.
Bears eat berries, not people.
Let's go! Long awaited. I'm glad to have you guys on. I know you guys on social media. Let everybody know where they can hit you up on social media.
So,
What's going on, everyone?
What's going on? Thanks for having us, Matt. So, our names are Michele and Matteo. Most people know us as the Bello Bros.
Yes, sir.
On Instagram, the Bello Bros. On TikTok, the Bello Bros. And that's it.
Yeah, make sure to add an extra S on Instagram. I don't know why we couldn't get the actual tag on.
Somebody took the
I did. Yeah.
There's some guys from New York.
I hate that.
They don't even use it.
We tried to like get all of our followers like spam block them, but like nothing. We couldn't get it.
That's the worst.
Yeah, just add the extra S. You'll find us.
Okay. I know you guys for a while at least. For those who don't know, where are you guys from originally? What you did to get here, and how long have you been here, and just a little brief background about yourselves.
So I can do the first half.
Let's do it. That's a lot of questions.
That's
You'll get double the answer for every question. No, maybe not.
So we're from Calabria, southern part of Italy.
Siderno.
Siderno Marina is our town.
Okay.
You hear a lot, especially all over Woodbridge here. Everybody's from Siderno.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved here. It's been 9 years now.
Oh wow.
We were just thinking about it today. It's
crazy, man.
So what, like 13-ish?
I was 13.
Yeah, I was 15.
He was 15.
Oh, wow.
2 years apart.
Yeah, so I came into grade 10 pretty much. I started in grade 10. He was in grade 8.
Yeah, I was in grade 8.
Yeah, knew a little bit of English. Our mom is an English teacher back home.
Oh, okay.
So since we were little, we were always kind of forced to go to class and learn English. But it paid off at the end of the day.
Yeah, fuck. It's not like you can notice that your English isn't good, right? Your English is good.
Yeah, it's been 9 years now, so
yeah, exactly, right? So you'd expect. I've known actually a couple people that have been a lot longer, and it's still, you can really hear it, you know.
Yeah,
it's like you don't even realize, like, okay, the English is, if you're not taught like properly, you start to you really hear it.
I also think like we've always lived in North York, so very like away from the Italians.
Yeah.
So we were always forced to make friends, and they're all Canadian, so they don't speak any Italian. So we were forced to speak English all the time. Teachers only English, right?
Yeah.
So that forced us to just talk and
I never
learn it.
met like here friends that where I go out or I see and I just speak full Italian to them until second year of university. So we were forced to learn the language.
That's good though. I think it's beneficial. Okay, so yeah, you guys obviously you've built a TikTok, a big TikTok following, not just Instagram, not just or Twitter either at all actually. So your TikTok is what, just above 160K followers, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're about
just above
166,
167, something like that.
So that's not something to overlook, right? That's something very interesting. I just want to know, so starting off with TikTok, very new, very extremely like just a platform that exploded right from the get-go, just because of the nostalgia from Vine and how people like originally were from that, and they were missing all the short bursts of content, right? And now TikTok is the big monster. That's what everybody's saying right now. That's why Reels are so successful. We were talking about this off camera. The Reels are so successful on Instagram. It's the short bursts of content, the big, like, I want to see all this so fast and whatever, right? So I want to know, you guys have been creating for almost a year, no?
Over a year.
It's been a year and a
couple
half.
months, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So you guys have been doing it for over that time.
Yeah.
I want to know if you guys think, if you had the ability to go, because I do, this type of content is very, like, it's very time consuming. It's very spanned out over a long period of time. I want to know if you guys, if you had that opportunity, do you think it would be beneficial or negative to your style of content? Because I'll just let you know what I think personally. It just, the funniness, the comedy, I think the punchlines, the little 1-2s, you know what I mean? Like those little things that you guys throw in there, like the jokes and stuff. I feel like the short time is just perfect.
Yeah.
And I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, no, I think that the reason why we started on... So I started on TikTok as soon as it came out, and I was telling this Chooch all along. He's like, bro, you got to get on TikTok. He's like, nah, that thing is for kids, the classic answer. And I actually popped the first video that got viral on my own page. It was funny. It made no sense. But
nothing
it was just
to
a
do with
TikTok.
Italian.
Yeah, nothing to do. It was just like, it was a video and I was getting used to TikTok and I posted it and it was like, yo, it blew up. And then, you know, like he kind of got into it after that. He's like, yo, that's sick. You know, you can go viral that quick, you know, as a joke. And then whatever, like, one day we were in quarantine. We're like, yo, let's start a TikTok page. We didn't even know what we were gonna do on it, right? We just knew that the first video was gonna be a funny one, and we wanted to portray us as the Italian brothers, because that's what we are. We are Italian, and that's something, you know, people can relate to in Canada. So we didn't really know where content was gonna go, and I guess it just took to like the comedy side of things.
Yeah.
But I just want to say one thing: we're not comedians, you know. Like like no one knows us like the comedians. We're really funny, and we know how to take specific moments in our life and like exaggerate them to make them funny.
More like
that's
entertainers.
We're entertainers. So like our style went into like those you know, TikTok and fast, quick, entertained punchlines, like you said. But we're definitely, you know, thinking about where can we, you know, where can we go? Because we want to actually interact with people. We want to get people to know who we really are, right? Like, again, we're not comedians. We are entertainers, but we're also more than just the Italian brothers. We're, you know, Michele and Matteo. We have a lot going on. So we want to, like, get people to know us better. And sometimes that short clip on TikTok or Instagram won't do it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. I do think you guys say you claim you're not comedians, but I do think there's... like, you are a little bit, you know? Like, I feel like that when you guys plan out a sketch or you plan out a joke or, you know, like, it's based off of your experiences. And there's, like, the big comedians like Russell Peters and Sebastian Maniscalco, Tom Segura, like, all those guys, they base off of their own experiences, right? So I think the comedy is there. Like, you guys are comedians in a sense, right?
Yeah, of course.
When you plan things out and you execute them, right, and people are liking it, they're following and shit like that, I think it is in some sense like a comedic act in a way. But I want to know, like, obviously you guys came here from Italy when you were, like you said, 13, 14 in high school. And I'm guessing you guys had an idea of what this sort of community was going to be like. But I want to know more. I know you're shaking your head, but so you guys came here, right? I want to know, two-part question. What was the first intention before you came here? Like, what did you think it was going to be? And then how did you react when you found out this is what it was, this community? Because I've spoken to Vince before, Artisano. He's been on this actual podcast before. I interviewed for a while ago, and I know his answer. I kind of want to hear your answer.
Yeah,
sure. So I guess when we came here, it was more of... we were young, right? So we didn't really know what was going on. Our parents were just kind of like, hey, you know, we're taking this decision all together to move. And what is the main reason? The main reason is for better opportunities, a better future for you guys. Because, you know, where we're from in Calabria, we knew that eventually we would have to go, you know, to school, away for university. So we would have to go away from our family anyway. So they said, why don't we go somewhere where we know we're going to have an opportunity to be there all together. And you guys are going to have better opportunities for a better future, better success and all that. So that was the plan right off the bat. We didn't really think, what is that going to entail? What are we going to see when we get there? Mm-hmm. The plan was we're going to go there and whatever the fuck comes along, we're just going to deal with it. Yeah. We'll take it because we know deep down that that's what's going to work and that's what's going to give us a better life.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like hearing that from you, somebody my age, right? Like I can't even imagine that. You know what I mean? Like that's something crazy because I've never had to think of like going somewhere else for a better life. You know what I mean? Not a better life in general, but just somewhere for more opportunities because I've been so privileged and people that live here. So like we often overlook how privileged we are to have so many opportunities, right? What I did want to ask though, like you were just saying, was when you guys come here, right? From Italy, you notice that there's a certain type of behavior. I don't know if I want to say I've been to Italy myself, not all over the place, but I don't know if I want to say like it's not lazy. Lazy is the wrong term, right? It's more like
I know what you mean though.
You know what I mean? Like it's compared to
simple.
Here, I just
laid
feel
back.
like there's
it's a simple
laid
life.
back, but I feel like it's not like over here there's a lot of pressure and stress on always do something great, do something to change the world. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a lot of people here, at least that I know of, that I've come into contact with that aren't like, okay, I supply food for my family, I work a job. I come home and I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's not.
I think you're absolutely right, and I know Matteo. Like we've talked about this a lot. We talk about this stuff all the time. Like, I think that here I guess whether you want to call it mentality, whether you want to call it the way the society is just all about, you know, work, money, like
materialistic,
success, cars, big house, vacations, all these things. But it's like, where's happiness? Like money, cars, all that, sure. But like, do you feel fulfilled inside? Like when you wake up in the morning, like do you feel like, wow, like I'm gonna go to work today, wow, I'm gonna do something amazing today?
And just to add to that, you know, like you said, in Italy, life is like, some people might come from here and go to Italy and they see people, the way they work, and the fact that they're sleeping at 1 p.m. until 2, and then for the siesta, we never call it siesta, but here they call it siesta. I don't know why they want to.
What do you guys call it?
It's just life to us. Like, you go home, right? That's just lunchtime. That's pranzo. That's lunchtime, right?
Just a little
so some people might see that like, oh, these guys are lazy, they don't want to work, but at the same time, and that's kind of like what we thought too coming here. We're like, oh, people work so much harder, like we didn't do anything there. But then as you grow up, you realize like, you know, life there is just simpler to the point where they don't know anything better, right? Like they have food on their table, they have a family, they're happy, right? So when people ask me like, oh, would you ever bring like your friend, are you gonna get your friends all to come to Canada, you know, because it's so much better? I'll be like, well, it's so much better, it depends, right? In perspective, you got to put it in perspective. For who they are right now, they don't know any better, right? They don't know what it is like here, and they're enjoying their life to the fullest. They have friends, they have family, they go out, they talk all night, right? It's a different type of fulfillment, and some people just don't need the materialistic thing to feel successful, to feel like they made it in life. And society here, I feel like, tries to pressure us into thinking that that's when success comes, when you have the money, the nice car, and the job that burns you out like 80 hours a fucking week, you know?
I agree with you. I want to know what do you guys think, though? Do you think that style of living is your sense of fulfillment, or do you think sort of here is like...
I'll take it first. So that, again, the reason why we're so like with these questions, because we talk about this stuff a lot, right? Yeah. It's always good to reflect on what was before and what it is now, right? Yeah. I think for the, you know, we came here when we were quite young. You know, I was 12, he was like 14, right? So it's kind of like the most important part of our life was in Toronto, in Canada, with the society. So from the way we see life now, going back would be really tough for us because we know what's on the other side, right? Yeah. We know what the opportunity is, and we know kind of like, you know, what we're missing out on. So for me personally, like going back there, you know, it would be such a huge step that I don't know if I'd be willing to take right now, knowing the opportunities that I have, and kind of like have grown up realizing what the way society in Canada makes you think about it, and then the way in Italy it is. I kind of mix the two together, and now I know where I kind of want to go, and where I want to go, where we want to go, it's nowhere, you can't go there when you're in Italy, because there's you know, it just, sometimes you're not allowed to go that far. So you know, I think that personally we were able to you know, be here and in Canada, and our plan is to stay here. And we're so used to the society, but we made the best out of it. But you know, again, going back to the life they live there, to me, I look at it and I respect it. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's great. Like, I hope you guys never change, you know, like I hope someone can tell you like, you don't want to know what's on the other side, because this is great. You guys are doing great. Much better than people that I've seen here with a lot of money and a lot of cars, you know. Exactly. I don't know if Michele has a different.
Well, you went super off. I know. I wanted like to. You went off. Like,
no. I got it.
What I thought what you were trying to ask was like, do we find fulfillment in like, you know, materialistic like that kind of thing, or the like life that's here, or more of the like, you know, take time, like relax, like enjoy your family, enjoy what you have.
He did say
so. So what I was trying to say, just adding on everything he said, it was perfect. Like we agree on everything pretty well, not everything, but
most stuff.
But yeah, I agree with him. But yeah, at the end of the day, going back to your initial question, like we don't find fulfillment in, you know, working a full-time job and feeling and feeling like you're just a number there, and feeling that you're just doing something for something else. That is, at the end of the day, is you're not like, you're bettering yourself, you're probably learning new skills, but are you really like doing like something yourself that's bettering society, that's bettering who's around you? We find fulfillment in something where we know that we're helping out, we know that we're able to impact other people and inspire other people, and so this is why we're doing what we're doing.
I think like aside from your like desired careers. I think TikTok in a way is an example of that, right? I have a very similar like trajectory myself. I think of not only something that's gonna help the people around me and like support society and things like that. I think of it more as like self-fulfillment. Like you were saying, everyone has their own different form of self-fulfillment depending on like where you live or your family or your culture, like depending on whatever, right? Like you guys were saying, mine's very similar, but mine's more of I want to do something that's going to make me happy. It doesn't matter how much money it's going to cost me. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I think all the time. Like people have, and I've talked about it a bunch on the podcast before, and people have all these like preconceived notions of I have to go to work for 50 hours a week and I have to provide, or else I'm going to be broke, right? And I think that's a terrible way of looking at it. That those people, I'm not trying to like judge anybody for just jumping into a job, right? But those type of people, they're what keeps society going. And the ones that get out of that path to do something that they really love is what keeps society evolving, if that makes sense.
I feel like we're lucky nowadays because we have the opportunity as 1, 2, and 3 to have a full-time job and still be evolving in society because we're doing other things on the side, which eventually, of course, I'm sure we're all on the same page. We want that to become our full-time job, of course, in some form or another. So I think that what you said is absolutely right. But what's also true is the fact that it's like, jump into a full-time job. You know, at the end of the day, you still need to be financially happy because if you're not financially stable, you're gonna be stressed. You're gonna have so much going on. So of course, have a job. Get that bag, get that money that's gonna keep you alive. Don't stress yourself too much. But at the same time, like if that's not what you love and that's not what you see yourself doing for the next 20 years, go and try different things. Like we're 20, 22, 23 years old. Like this is the time where you can go and you can, create a fucking product. Like do different things, do a podcast, create a TikTok page, transform your passions into some form of content.
I think success roots from that, right? Like I think if eventually
it's a map. It's step by step.
If you love something, right? Like if you let's say for example, I know you guys love doing it, but like for a career, like let's say you love TikTok, like that was you, right? Like that was everything you believed in, right? Let's say you love that, and if you put enough time and effort because you love it, because it's your full time, and so you devote all your time to, eventually success will come, right?
Oh,
bro,
for sure.
This is my number one thing that I always say. It's like, if you put, as you said before, like the mentality is like if you went into doing refreshing the feed because you said, I want to do it to get sponsors and to make money, you would have never done any of this. If we went into it saying, we want to get be influencers and just do ads and whatever, we would have never done it. We would have never been able to sustain it.
No chance.
The way we went into it is, as you said, it's like, we're in here and we're just kind of like, we enjoy what we're doing. We love it. We're going to put in the work. We're going to be positive. We're going to think like, and as you said before, we're going to keep evolving and learning from our mistakes. And eventually the world, society, anything, whatever you want to call it, it's going to recognize it, and it's going to repay us in whatever form.
Yeah. And I just want to add something, like, to go back, like, where, like, I don't want to be bashing on 9-to-5 jobs, at the end.
The same thing.
Yeah, because I know me and Mikael have a little bit of like we think of it different just because we've worked in 2 different places. Like I personally just finished an experience like with a great team, right? Like my team made me love what I was doing. Like I was waking up, I was having so much fun working, and of course I didn't have as much time as to focus on like TikTok and Instagram, even though it was a passion, but it wasn't something that I was doing because I was hating my job and now I want to go and do something else. It was just an addition. Like, I realized after 5 I have time, I'm going to go and work on TikTok and Instagram, right? Yeah. So, and Michele still put more time into it because he had that time. I didn't because my job didn't allow me to. But at the same time, I liked what I was doing, right? It doesn't mean that you can't do more, right? Like I had the time for it, so I was like, I'm gonna put the extra time and work on this because I like this as well. Right. So it really depends on sometimes like your boss and like who your team is. Like
that's a big thing.
They can make you hate it or love it, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. I've spoken about my experience. I was originally you guys don't know this, but I was originally in architecture.
Shit.
Yeah, for a while I actually had a job as a technician, or a technologist rather. And I hated it. Like I hated it. Nothing against the people working there it was just the environment of like it was signature 9 to 5 behind the computer all day.
Yeah.
Corporate.
Right. It's not. Yeah. Not. Yeah. Whatever. Right. It doesn't really like. For me, it doesn't. To put it in better terms, it doesn't really float my boat. Right. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, of course.
You
like,
weren't happy. Like you
I
just
can't
weren't
do
happy with
something
what you were
like
doing.
that.
But the thing is, like, if you talk about video editing, graphic designing, things like that, like personally, like I can sit behind a computer from
You can stay
9
up
to
all
9.
night, all day.
Like I can do the whole
all
day.
that. Yeah,
Me too,
yeah.
right? Like
I completely agree, bro.
It's just what you're actually doing, right? I think that's the biggest thing. Like engineering, right? If you like doing that, and if it's behind that, for me, the difference between behind like a computer or like on a set or on like a job or whatever is just what you like doing more. Like if I like doing the computer shit, I'll do the computer shit all day long,
yeah.
right? Like
That's what it is. Like it's and at the end of the day, I think what a lot of people struggle with, they're kind of like, oh, but I like 20 different things, and it's like, okay, well, pick one, start with one, try it out. Like you probably thought you liked architecture at some point.
Yeah.
You tried it out, but if you didn't try, you would have never known.
Yeah.
So you tried it out. Didn't work out for you. My girlfriend is in architecture. She just graduated.
Yeah.
And now she's doing her master's in architecture. She loves it. That's her thing. That's her path. She's always wanted to do it. Amazing. Great for her, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, as you said, you tried it out. It didn't go for you. But at least you have that in the back of all your
That I
resume,
know.
your responsibility.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you know it's like, I don't want to do that. Next. What's the next thing?
Yeah, I think a lot of people. That I say it all the time about grade 13. I think there's a year or two gap between when you actually decide what you want to do, because speaking from experience, I've known maybe 3 or 4 people out of like all the people I went to high school with that said, okay, I'm going to start doing this in university and I want to do exactly this.
Yep.
I'm going for a program for this and exactly that, or whatever, right? Like I want to do this and I'm going to end up doing that. That's why I think that you come out of high school at what? You're 17?
Yeah,
Yeah.
17,
18, whatever it is, right? I personally think that's way too early.
I agree.
way too
Way
early,
too
bro.
agree.
100%.
Like I'm not a seasoned vet, right? I'm only 21, but
Yeah.
I've already gone through so much
Yeah.
that I can like say from experience that like I had no idea what I wanted to like. There was a point in time I was in my 3rd year. I graduated from architecture actually with an advanced diploma.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like at that point I was just like, I spent 3 years doing this,
And architecture
and I have
is not
right
easy at
now.
all.
I have no idea what I want to do. Like that's like I've said that to myself, right? So if you think about it, there's tons of people like us, our age, that don't even know, and even older than you or me, whatever, right? Like they're older than us that don't know, right? So I think that there's got to be some sort of like either another year or like some sort of program that kind of like prepares you for it, because you can have something that like blows you up like TikTok or something like that, and you realize that you like it. But then you realize, okay, TikTok, there's no fucking money in TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like I gotta do something that provides money,
of course.
right? So there's all these factors.
I think rather than, as you said, the grade 13, I think what people need to realize is, and you know, I did the same thing. You know, I graduated grade 12, went to school, you know, did marketing at Ryerson, business, you know, is what I kind of like, I was like, you know, to me, it was kind of like, that's the best thing I can see myself doing right now. But did I have any idea where I was going to go with it? No idea. No. But I went into it. I did it. I'm glad I did it. But am I fully happy that I did that? Like, could I have done something better?
Yeah.
100%. Could I have taken time to reflect on what I want to do and be like, wait, like, because I only start, like, we don't only do the Bello Bros. We do other things on the side too, right? And we only started doing these things on the side, like, you know, maybe like 3 years ago.
3 years, yeah.
3 years ago, we started being in that mentality where it's like, are we gonna stay in this path or are we gonna branch out?
Yeah.
Are we gonna
sort
try
of
different
stagnant,
things?
right? You become like sort of stagnant like that.
And when we started, once you start with one thing, and you move that way, and then roadblocks come up, other opportunities come up, and you change and you turn the other way, and now another opportunity is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you change and you turn around, you do a 360 and you go back, and then you move forward and you jump. But if you just stay in that one society general standardized path, which to me that's what school does, it just standardizes your life for a lot of people.
Sure.
It's hard to you miss a lot of that.
And I was gonna say, right, like exactly what Mikael is saying, like think about it, right? Even if they were to give us a grade 13, but that year is exactly the same as grade 12, we're still not gonna know, because the problem is not that one more year. Like, yeah, we grow up, but we grow up because we get out of high school and we're at university where people don't give a shit about us anymore, and now we have to figure it out for ourselves.
Yeah.
If that happened a little earlier on, like when you're in high school, instead of teachers telling you do this, and they reward you if you do it right, if teachers and if the school they allowed you to like use your creativity more, right, and like figure stuff out yourself, like give you a little bit more responsibility, because right now they feed you, man, like in high school they feed you like, do this.
Yeah, well, the first year of the university, you guys have both been to university, right?
Yeah.
Even the first year, you got to take like these fucking mandatory courses.
Yeah,
and a bunch of these credits, right? So
exactly.
There's still like even the year after they're feeding you.
But even though you have to take those mandatory courses, like the fact that there's no one there to care whether you do it or not, it's different. Now you start thinking with your head. Now you start thinking like, oh shit, I gotta do this myself. I'm not doing it for a teacher. Now if I don't do this, like I'm fucked, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the problem with high school. Like they baby you so much.
And they're on your ass.
And they're on your ass, and they baby you so much. And you know, we're all creative, and if you're not allowed to show that creativity since the young age, you don't think. You don't think anymore. All you do is just execute. You do, but you forget about where the thinking process is, gone.
We all have a genius inside of us. We all have creativity.
We're all creative, and
we're all creative. We're all born the same with the same substance. We're all have
even if it's not creativity, right? Even if it's like I was born like I love being like a fucking like a mechanic, right? Like I love doing this.
But bro, that's creative.
I don't.
There's creativity in everything.
To me, creativity is just a concept that you can turn into everything, bro. Whether you're an electrician,
for sure,
mechanic, teacher, podcaster, TikToker,
for sure,
whatever you are, like, isn't that a word?
I don't know. Is it a podcaster? Okay, I didn't know. That's why I was like,
But it's like you can turn that creativity into any direction you want, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So as I said before, I was actually in Italy for a while. Now that we sort of drifted off into a little bit of thing, but it was a good convo. I drifted out. I went to Centro Scuola, that most of you probably know people that went there in grade 11.
If you're my age, then I know like a lot of people that went to it.
Yeah, for sure. A bunch, right? So during that time, that whole trip isn't like signature tourist vacation type of, you go see the Pisa and you go see all these, right? It was, you actually go and you live there. Right? Like that's, for me, that was so much better of a trip. So much better. It was much better of a trip than just going to see the monuments and things like that, right? Like you go live there and you go stay there and you actually like you're part of the population at that point, right? Like as much as whatever, you're actually like living there, and going to school and shit like that. So you get that whole experience. But I just want to know what, for you guys, schooling, obviously, we were just talking about, is different. I know I hear stories about all the time. It's only like grade 5, and then you go to the jumps to something else. It was like, I'm not familiar with the whole school, like the whole process, but I want to know like the sort of environment that we were just talking about, how they sort of spoon feed you and things like that. Is it sort of the same, or is it more like you get that university type of experience where you're sort of on your own, you don't give a fuck, okay, it's your problem, right?
It's very tough. It's very tough back home. Like education is taken very seriously, and since grade 1, like I think I did more work in grade 1 in Italy than I did in grade 10 here or 11.
You're awful.
Really?
I'm awful. Like it's just like, it's true though. It's like it's like I remember
as in work ethics,
like in work ethic, and the amount of work and the amount of and the amount of, at the end of the day, kind of like, if you fail one class in Italy, whether you're in grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you fail one class, you fail the entire grade. You gotta redo everything.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's changed.
You don't redo a course. You just do the whole grade
I don't know if
again.
that has changed now, but when we went to school, you failed one grade.
Holy shit.
You went and restarted from scratch, everything.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's really tough. And the way it just works is, you don't know, you're in high school, you're in elementary school, you don't know when a test is going to be. You don't know when the teacher is going to call you up. Most of the things are oral, so you just have to know them, you have to learn them. And the teacher could literally be like, oh, today we're doing an oral test. Goes on the list of names and just puts a finger. Okay, what were we learning in chapter 3 weeks ago on in page this?
And you're like 12, 13, right? Like at 12, 13 right now, you're feeling like a 5-question like Scantron of like
fucking coloring
like
books and shit.
You color like and you draw like donuts.
We have a brother here. We have a little brother. He's 8, so we see what he does, right?
But that's the thing. Like I've noticed too. So I came here when I was finishing grade 7. And I did grade 8 here, right? Like grade 8 and grade 9, I was using the same math that I learned in like grade 6, grade 7 in Italy. I was using the same thing because like we were so much ahead there, curriculum style. But in grade 8, there, so you're like 13, you have an exam. You have a state exam. The state exam will ask you anything about the previous 3 years of studies.
Oh, shit.
They can ask you anything. Every single subject, they can ask you anything.
Wow.
And it's 3 years of study. And you literally, like, at 13 years old, you're studying for a state exam for, like, weeks. Like, it's a final exam of university.
Take this in. You walk into the classroom. This is how it works. Like, you're in grade 8. You walk into the class. This is what you got to do to graduate. You walk in, and there's all your teachers sitting at a table from all the different subjects: English, math, science,
it's
history,
serious. It's
whatever.
like a state exam.
It's like every single teacher that has taught you is there, sitting down. And what you do is you literally go there, and they just ask you shit. Yeah. And you just gotta go across. You go from English to history to science to math to Italian.
Books this thick.
Whatever it is, you just gotta be prepared.
Yeah, shit. The oral thing is much harder.
Oh, it's horrible because it's not written. You can't bullshit. You just have to do it, right? So wait. I want to add one more thing. Like, I was in Singapore this year. I did like a semester abroad. It cut off short because of COVID, but I was there for 2 months. Yeah, it was sick. Really cool experience. And I met Italians there, right? Like, they were Italians from Italy that did a semester abroad in Singapore, and they were from Bocconi in Milano, like that university.
Okay.
Great kids, but the university in Singapore is very similar to the university I go to, U of T, right now, right? And the first thing they heard, they're like, yo, we get like 10% just to show up to tutorial. They were going nuts. They're like, yo, this is fucked. So why would you ask why? Because in Italy, you take a course at university. You can take it whenever you want. There's 2 exam sessions. They tell you there's an exam session in January, 1 in June. I don't know if this is the exact one. I'm just saying there's 1 in January, 1 in June. If you're ready and you want to take the exam, pay this much, take the exam. If you fail, you have to take it again. 1 exam, if you pass the course. There's no like bullshit like side marks, like tutorial,
oh my God.
like side marks, like midterm. No, it's 1 exam. Bro, when they heard there was practice exams, they were like, shut the fuck up. They're like, no chance.
Participation marks.
Bro, they just go in the room, like they have a book, they study that book, they go in the room, they see a paper, there's questions. If they pass, they pass. If they don't, they don't.
That's ballsy. That's a Russian roulette, bro. That's crazy.
Man.
That's
like,
crazy. That's so different.
Insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Just before we wrap up here, I just wanted to ask you guys personally. Now hearing that, Singapore must have been a great experience. That sounds actually so dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
I just wanted to ask you guys personally. I want to know where you guys see the future, whether it's in 5-10 years, of the Bello Bros first, and then of Michele and Matteo. That's what I want to ask. So
that's a great question. Yeah, that's a good question.
I think in terms of the Bello Bros, like, everything happened really fast. We didn't really plan. Like, there was no planning involved in the Bello Bros, right? Like, as Matteo said earlier, we wanted to do a video. We did a video. It did well. We kept doing videos. It got a lot of engagement. We said, let's fucking just keep making videos, keep entertaining, keep making people smile. Most recently, we started to, obviously, especially by getting on Instagram and stuff like that, we started realizing, we have something that's different, that's unique, that we can actually transform into something sustainable, right? So we were talking on the way here, and we said, we gotta.
It's been a conversation we had for a while now.
For a while, but he's been working. As he said, he's been really, really busy. So he's
we are deciding to retire from the. No. Just kidding. Imagine just on this show right now.
That would have been on.
He's done work now. So we're gonna basically sit down and kind of actually come up with some form of plan.
Yeah.
Where it's like, where exactly do we want to go? Like, how do what we know is that the type of content we're making right now, we enjoy doing it, we're happy, but we do want to change it. We do want to do something different. We want to just start thinking about, like, we've done what we have, and the way we see it is, like, we got to go to the next step.
Yeah.
We can't get stuck. What we're doing right now is working, and it's getting us where we want to go, but we got to go to the next step. Let's go to the next, let's try a new thing, right? But I think in terms of overall goal, 5 to 10 years, as I said to you before, is like, we obviously want to turn it into some form of business, where again we help and we are able to make an impact. So whether that is, we're obviously, everything we do is social media, so we have a big knowledge of that. So whether we create, and we are in a way creating a small team right now, and we help other social media influencers or businesses to be on social and get the best out of their business and their brand. that's definitely where one of the I guess the directions we want to go to.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a lot. We're super passionate about calcio, soccer.
Yeah.
So we're having our own soccer school is something that we would definitely love to do as well. There's a lot of ideas that we have, and that's why we need to fucking sit down and be like, okay, what are we doing? What are we going here?
So I think one thing that we did plan from the beginning, though, and this is like our North Star, is we've noticed that there is a need to create a better community here. Again, going back to how is it in Italy and how is it in Canada? In Italy, there's a community. Like, people come together. People are together unconditionally. There's no reason to be together. No one's gaining from anyone. They're just together because there's family, friends, those type of values, right? Those human values.
Yeah.
And we just noticed that in Toronto, like, people like to be more independent, right? And that's totally fine. But, the way we are, we love that community. Like, friendship. We value family and friendship. So we're trying to, with our page, create that community again, right? Like, create people that go out, people that come together, and I gotta say,
genuine connection.
Genuine connection. I gotta say, like, a big inspiration that came from us was actually like Italiano Vero, right? Like, I know you're sure. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Italiano Vero is a night in Toronto where we all go to the club, and it's hosted by like Don Malfara. And it's the DJ just plays Eurobeats and Italian music, and everyone there is Italian. But lately there was like so many other cultures too.
Yeah.
Why? Because the reason why everyone loves that night is because everyone comes together and has a good time. Everyone has the same values. Everyone believes in the same thing, just family, love, having a good time, right? And that's missing sometimes here. So we want to be able to create that community. So we want to use our platform to, get those human values, that value of family, respect, friends, back to like, our peers that maybe might have like missed out on, like might have forgotten about them, right? We're still learning about them too, but it'd be nice to learn them all together and, get together and just.
Yeah. I agree. I think one thing I like to say, those Italiano Vero nights, I don't think I've ever seen a fight there.
Yeah, we talk about this all.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen.
I think there's been
maybe one or twice.
There's always the idiots outside.
Outside, it's probably people that are even waiting to do stuff.
But compared to like
regular club,
bro, I'm gonna say
we don't go to clubs.
I hate Italiano Vero for one reason. It made me hate every other nightclub. Yeah. And every other night, bro, it just doesn't compare to it.
Like, not even because I'm Italian. I love the music. I love the people. No. It's just such
the energy.
The
love around.
So
everyone's just together. No one gives a fuck. Everyone's just there having a good time.
You're eating bomb at 2 a.m. when you're smashed.
Everyone's just everyone's sharing those same values of just love and like have a good time.
Yeah, like we don't go to clubs unless it's like we plan.
It ruined it for us, man. I'm telling you.
Our bird Dom, if you're watching this, what did you do, bro? Like we when it's like when we go to Vero, we try and let's say his birthday's at the beginning of October. We'll wait until the Vero to celebrate it. It's just other club events is it's kind of. It's very expensive at the end of the day, and if you don't really have a purpose and you don't really know people, but when you go to an event like that, when you have a community like that together, you're all there.
You run into all these people.
You're there for a purpose.
Amazing.
You're there all together with the same idea, mentality, purpose, right? And that's what we're trying to do on our page: get people together that have that same type of mentality, vibe. They can all relate to each other.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it a lot, but. Sort of like the big kahuna of networking events for you guys especially was this Sunday.
Oh my god, bro! Like the past few Italy games,
been
and
crazy.
we actually talked about it in like the other podcast yesterday, right? It was crazy. This was the first time for me when I realized like, holy shit, we're actually making an impact like in society like right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like you met us on Market Lane, and like, I don't know if you noticed, but like. People would just come up to us and be like, yo, you guys are the Bello Bros. Like, can we take a picture? And I was like, yo, I'm not that big. Like, you can hit me up on Instagram. I'll answer you. Like, it felt weird. But to me, the way we took this was like, this is amazing. Like, we're actually having an impact in society. Like, people are recognizing we have to, it's now time to use our platform to do more. People are noticing us, right?
And I was gonna say on top of that, this was like amazing. Like, even when we were at St. Clair, people would just come up to us. It's amazing feeling, right?
Yeah, I bet it does.
But the best, bro, was just bro, just the vibe,
the people,
yeah,
bro,
and the
bro,
vibe too,
the
yeah,
celebrations,
and
like,
again, Italiano Vero was there, both Market Lane and Sinclair.
I was on live on Instagram today, and people, and we were talking about, like, I kind of went on just to see, like, how's everybody doing? Is your voice back? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I was telling everybody, and they were like, like, people from Italy were on the live, and they were saying, we saw videos from Toronto, from Montreal. You guys like go harder than we did.
Yeah.
And I told them, I was like, and the reason why, it's because we here, especially in Canada, bro, the US cannot compare. I'm sorry, the US, they're
some
Italian,
can,
they're like sixth generation.
They're Italian is like no,
it's like Gabagool or whatever you say. Sorry guys, you can't compare.
Yeah, we, bro, here in Toronto and Montreal, like everybody feels so connected to the culture. That, crazy, bro, man. And we 9 years we've been here. Of course, Italy hasn't won shit in 15 years, wherever it's been.
Yeah.
So we have never experienced the Italian community here during like the Euros or the World Cup. So when we saw this, we were like, "Wow, this is crazier. This is crazier than it is back home." And it's because everybody here feels so connected. But obviously, we're not in Italy. That we're like, "Fuck, we gotta make it Italy. We gotta make this the real deal." And I think especially because we've been locked down for so long.
Big factor.
It was a huge thing for everybody to just get out and like interact and be in together and just see people smiling, see people together, energy. And then, I mean, at the end of the day, Campioni d'Europa.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, like, going back to Michele, like, these few days, Sunday especially at Sinclair was amazing, but it actually made me appreciate Toronto more. Like, I saw everyone coming out, I was like, fuck, like, this is amazing. Like, why did I not see this before? Like, this is how people should, like, this is the community we want, right? This is the energy we want, but not just one time when we win the Euros, because it's not gonna happen for a little while.
Exactly.
That's what they said today on the live. They said we should have, like, it's like
that should be, bro. That should be like, this is how people should interact with each other. We should feel that energy all the time. People need to be that happy all the time.
Big events like that, and
it was sick. I even in our caption, on TikTok, I felt like saying Toronto, like, thanks, man. Like, that was sick. I'm so happy you guys, everyone came out. It was awesome.
It was an experience. It felt like you were like, with that many people, it's like you don't really expect that.
No, man.
Like, when I was there, I was here at St. Clair in 2006 when we won the World Cup. And I wasn't, like, obviously I was fucking 7 years old or whatever it was. Tough to remember, but I don't remember like that. Like, I would have remembered something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it was over the top.
Insane,
bro, I think we're lucky. We're so lucky to be at this age and experience this now. Where we can literally live it up to the fullest.
Well, there's a lot of people that, like, it's extremely controversial that, like, the last year or so, I was 20, you were 20, you were 22, like, the best years of your life, right?
My God.
But now I think it's no holding back, foot on the gas.
No, bro,
and I think you're
100%.
everyone's going in, you're going to see everybody everywhere. It's going to be patios, parties.
Oh, for sure.
Nightclubs, events, concerts, all over the place.
I think COVID, at the end of the day, like, for us, I know for us, it was a huge opportunity, right? We didn't really see it as a negative impact on our lives. We didn't see it as a negative thing. Of course, a lot of people got affected by it, a lot of families, and we obviously feel bad for that, and it's part of life. You gotta just move on, right? But at the end of the day, we just saw it. We started this during COVID, right? Like, everything we've done, we did because of COVID. If it wasn't because of COVID, I can guarantee you we wouldn't have done this. We basically went into it and said, wow, like, there's a reset right now in society. We gotta refresh it, and we gotta start fresh. Let's think about something new. Let's think about better opportunities. And I think that the longer COVID went on, people started realizing, like they're kind of like waking up. And now that everything is opening up, it's like, wow, like, I can actually go to the gym. I can actually play soccer now. I used to get, like, that was like given for granted before, but now it's like, people are like, wow, I can fucking get out of my house and do all these things. It's amazing. Exactly. And I hope that energy keeps going, bro.
Yeah, I think it will. Especially now, tomorrow's the first day, right? We're opening up tomorrow. It's going to be crazy, especially this weekend, right? We got a lot of things going on. I think we're going to wrap it up there for today.
Beautiful.
This was great. I really appreciated you guys coming on. I want to thank you
for having us.
For sure, bro. Thanks for having me. This was sick.
Let everybody know where they can reach you one more time on Instagram.
I want to let everyone know that this guy's got the sickest setup here. I gotta say that. Like, it's insane.
It's actually
crazy.
This is amazing, guys.
Like,
this is fucking. This is professional.
It's amazing,
shit.
guys.
Best podcast.
This guy's gonna go somewhere. I can tell you that, man.
Environment shit. But guys, the Bello Bros everywhere, wherever you want, even on YouTube.
Follow us on Instagram too, Matteo Bruzzese and Michele Bruzzese.
You can follow us. the Bello Bros anywhere, and
But yeah, messages, guys. Like we answer.
Yeah, we answer everybody, everyone.
Awesome.
We love interacting with people.
That's awesome. Okay, that's it for us. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the link in the description. The RTF Twitter, Instagram, TikTok is all down there. If you're listening to this, check out the podcast on YouTube in full video. Those are the Bello Bros, Michele and Matteo. We refresh your feet so you didn't have to. That's it for us. Peace out.
Ciao, everyone. See ya.